But I feel this is a great way to ensure that, okay, you want to be productive. You want to see, if your students have posted their discussion forums, you can just go, okay, here's 128. It opens up for me. You sign in likely, and then you can go ahead and find, what you need in your LMS site. Do you wish your cell phone could be used to keep yourself motivated and productive rather than reverse? In today's video, I'm going over a few unique ways that you can use your cell phone as a way to stay motivated throughout the academic year and over the summer as well. I'm going to be doing some screen recordings to make it easier for you to follow along. Let's get started. All right, so here are a few apps that I think can really help, increase your motivation and your productivity each day. And so the first one I want to talk about, I'm going to kind of start from the beginning here. So they have Affirmations app, which I've mentioned before, and it's great. It's a free app, and then every day you just kind of press and hold, and you get your affirmation of the day. So as you can see today is I am resilient. And so once you hold it down long enough, it'll stay there, and you can just read it for a while. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and close it up. Then throughout the day, you can keep clicking it and seeing it. You can also record yourself saying it on the top right here. It's really up to you. So I like to read that every morning when I wake up. Similarly, Trello is part of my morning routine in the sense that I have a vision board that I created, and it's really easy to do. If you want more about that, if you haven't used Trello before, I do have, at least one blog post where I mention it, so you can kind of see how I've used it before. But basically, you go here and you create different columns, and you add in this case, images that connect to the topic at the top of the column. So for me here, I have fitness as something I really want to work on. And so I just have images that I got for free, as stock photos about stretching, doing some weights, walking around, and biking. And so again, every morning I just go on here and I look at my vision board and I remind myself, what kind of goals, what kind of things do I want to be doing and focusing on throughout, the day, the week, the year. Right? And so this is another app that can be used in a lot of different ways. It's great for project management and also for doing daily tasks. But in this case, it's a way for me to carry a vision board with me at all times. Next up is my mail, which is tied to my ISU account. I just like how the blue kind of goes together on these top 6 here. So that's why I have that there. So of course, eventually you have to check to see your email. But, I'd hold off as much as you can in the morning from doing that. And then Headspace is, for me, great as a meditation app. I'm trying to get into it. It's not working out well, but I keep trying. And what I love about Headspace is that they have a student plan. And so the student plan is only $9.99 a year, which is way less expensive than it is just a regular plan. So all you have to do is use your EDU email address to prove that you're a student, and no problems, right? So I do recommend this particular app. I know there's others like Calm, but the $10 price tag a year, can't be beaten in my opinion. And so what I like here is, you can figure out what type of meditation do you want to do. And so I try to do meditation before I fall asleep. But I also think it's great, if you're feeling particularly stressed or anxious because of coursework, of teaching, writing a book chapter or journal chapter to your editors, whatever the case may be, I think trying out these different meditations can be really great, and they really range in, these are 10 to 20 minutes. There's also shorter ones, longer ones. It's really up to you. So I think, burnout, right, feeling overwhelmed, all that kind of stuff can, you might as well try an app that can potentially help you deal with that kind of stress in your life, which is so common for academics. Now, a tracker is just a tracking app, and so I have the free version here. So I believe you're only allowed to add 5 different tasks to track, and so that's why mine are kind of very general. And so, as you can see, right, dissertation, I'm currently editing a book chapter for an edited collection, teaching, exercise, and then my blog and YouTube channel and everything is called Ever Educating, right? And so all you have to do here is, let's say, okay, I want to do 2 hours of dissertation work today. So when you click on it, it starts timing you. And so this is just great for tracking your time throughout the day to get a better sense of, okay, well, I'm spending, an hour or two every day working on this project, which is great. But I haven't done any exercise for the past 7 days. Okay, that's an issue, right? I'm spending 5 hours working on my blog and my ever educating, YouTube channel because it's a lot of fun, but I'm only spending 30 minutes working on my book chapter. I need to find a better balance here. So again, since the free one only allows you to have a certain number, you have to figure out how you want to do it. Or you can pay for the app. I don't think it's very expensive if you want to add more types. And so this is just a great way to kind of, again, see, all right, I have proof because it'll give you like a report, right, of your day, and you can see in different colors, oh wow, like a large chunk of my day is being, taken up by X thing when Y thing is actually more of a priority right now for me because of the deadline or the case may be. I need to start, changing how I plan out my days. And so this can give you a really great thing because it has a report for today, 7 days, 30 days, a week, a month. There's definitely a lot of variety here for what it can tell you, right? You can see your history as well, further back than the month. So I think it's a great app for tracking your time. Now, GoodNotes, I just use it because I, have my digital bullet journals. And it syncs between the phone and the iPad. So I usually use it on the iPad, but one thing I do for the phone is, so here's the free one, right, that I have, and I'll link it below if you're curious about what a digital bullet journal is. But one thing I like doing is adding screenshots to my bullet journals. And so recipes or advice that I see or book recommendations, I just take screenshots and then add it to my notebook. But for example, let's say, I really loved this particular affirmation. And so what I would do is I would just go in and I'd take a screenshot of it. Like that. And then on GoodNotes, I can just add an image from photos. And here it is, right? And so I can just move it up. And now I can kind of start a collection of affirmations that I really like. So obviously this can be done with any type of screenshots, but it's one way that I do use this app on my phone. It's basically the only way I do it, to do screenshots. But I just want to give you an idea of how you can really use, a digital notebook as a way to really motivate you as well, because you can just, okay, well, I want to see the past 7 affirmations that really moved me. I can see them all on one page and just read them aloud to myself and help me, feel motivated, feel productive, feel ready to take on the day because I've been affirmed that I can do this, right? So that's another useful app. GoodNotes is not free. The others so far, Affirmations, Trello, and A Tracker are all free. So is Outlook. And again, Headspace is $10 for students, and GoodNotes, I believe, is $7.99. I recorded most of this video a couple weeks ago, and since then, I finished reading Atomic Habits, and that's actually changed, how I use my digital bullet journal on my phone. And so as you can see here, I have basically one of my planner pages, my weekly planner pages that I got from the productivity bundle, which I'll link below. And basically, every morning I just open up the page for the week. And then what's great is since you can zoom in so closely, I can just have, the exact day that I'm going to start doing work for. So for example, here, I just cross out when I do the work on that day. So for example, today is Wednesday, so I've already finished at the gym. So I can just click and just cross out that one, right? And so every morning I can just wake up, let's say tomorrow, and I can just add a text box with my plans for the day. And I can have that written out. And so this is another way that I can use the journal and this app in order to be more productive using my phone. Okay, so those are some apps that I feel can be helpful. Now, what I also want to focus on is these 3 in the bottom here. And so one thing I'm not sure that you can do, and I'm not sure how much this works for Android phones, but on the iPhone is you can add to your home screen, connections to specific sites online. And so for example, this particular one goes directly to one of my course LMS websites. So I put in my password using the Face ID, and I sign in, and it will take me directly to that LMS site. So rather than having to, put in the email address, the web address for, Illinois State, and then going to find RegieNet, and then signing into my account, and then finding my site, I just saved this particular URL onto my home screen. And so to show you how to do that, it's very simple. So let's say I have the other class, right? So you just open up whatever class you have, and on the bottom here in the middle, click Add to Home Screen, and then you could title it whatever you want. So in this case, I'll go with just the number, because I only taught one section of 128, and then I taught one section of 101 last semester. So if you have obviously more than one section of the same class, then you could add the section number here too. And then you just click Add, and now it's been added to your home screen. And so you can just move it to that particular page that you want it to be. So now I have both my English 101 and my English 128 right next to each other. Okay, so in this case, it gives you just an image from the particular website, right? Obviously, it's not the prettiest thing ever. But you see here, the English 101 that's purple with a pencil is actually that same English 135 on the left here. And again, when you click here, I created a shortcut to get to that same page. So again, let's say I'm in this other one, the English 128. What I could do here is go ahead and copy that URL, and then go to the shortcuts, create a shortcut. You're going to add an action, and in this case on the right here, web, right? And then open URLs. So you click URL and you paste the one that's for your particular class site, and then you click next. Now you get the shortcut a name. So in this case, I'm giving it English 128. Click on the icon, and you can change, the color and also the image. So I'm going with purple again. And then since this is Gender in the Humanities, which is a literature course, I'm going to go ahead and do 3 people, right? So click done here, done. And now it's added as a shortcut as well. And so it's always, for some reason, where did it go? English 128. Okay, yes, it does go there. All right. Oh, here we go. So add to home screen. Okay, and click done, and there it is. So again, go ahead and move it. All right. And so obviously you can do this as many times as you want, create shortcuts, or just do it the easy way of adding it to the home screen, like these first two. But I feel this is a great way to ensure that, okay, you want to be productive. You want to see, if your students have posted their discussion forums, you can just go, okay, here's 128. It opens up for me. You sign in likely, and then you can go ahead and find, what you need in your LMS site. And so this is something I don't often see people doing, but it's a great way to really make it faster to access the work that you need to look at. And so of course you can do the shortcut thing for tons of things, not just a specific URL, but it's definitely something I recommend to really make it faster for you to help your students or help yourself when you need to check something on the site. That was probably my favorite tip, and if it's yours as well, go ahead and let me know by clicking the like button below. But here's another one that can keep you motivated basically every time you pick up your phone. So in this case, it's making your lock screen some kind of motivational quote or saying. And so to do this, I use Canva to create my graphic, and you can use Pinterest as well to get, ideas for some good quotes. But in this case, when you go to Canva, it's a free app that I use for all my graphics on my blog and my YouTube and my social media, and also for my students as well. You basically go ahead in the top and you say phone wallpaper, which I already have here. And it'll give you the exact dimensions of a phone screen, at least in my case on the iPhone, though I'm sure it'll be fine for an Android phone as well. And so I tap it, go to images, and you can obviously search whatever you'd like. In this case, I'm going to go with purple as my favorite color, and I'll just go keep it simple. So go to that one, and then add text. And so, for example, I'll keep it simple. I can do this. And so I'm going to keep it actually like this, and I'm going to increase the font size. Okay, and then I'm going to change the font to where I like a bit more. Let's see. Let's try this one. Okay. And also you can play around to find one that you really like here. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it like that. You click done and you download it at the top right. And then you go ahead and go to your settings, go down to wallpaper, and then you choose the new wallpaper, right? So as you can see here, here's an older one that I have. You're stronger than your excuses, but you can do obviously as many as you'd like. So really choose a quote that every time you pick up your phone and it goes on, you see this quote, right? Every time you're using your face or you're typing in to unlock it, you're seeing this quote. And make sure that it keeps you, not just feeling like anxious to get work done, but like, okay, I can do this. I'm strong. I can, ensure that each day is a productive one and I can get this deadline, done at, a good speed, right? Whatever the case may be. So use your lock screen as a motivational tool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it there because it's getting to be a long video. But again, I do think creating your own icons for your courses, like I have here in the purple one next to it, is definitely something you should be doing if you're not doing it already. Use your home screen, your lock screen as a way to feel motivated. Have affirmations that help you feel like you can do this, keep you strong. A vision board is great, and I think Trello is a good one to be able to keep it with you on the go. Obviously, meditation is not for everybody, but it's something you want to try out. Again, I recommend Headspace because you can get the student plan for $10 a year. I'll link that below as well. And I didn't go over Spotify, but I feel it's pretty self-explanatory. You can make, playlists that can keep you pumping while you're exercising or keep you calm while you're writing, whatever the case may be. It's obviously a great tool to create your own playlist, but also you can just find ones, if you search for a focus or, writing, you'll find playlists that people have created for that exact purpose. So you can just find one that you like and, easy peasy. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have your own suggestions for apps or ways of using your phone to keep you motivated and productive, let me know in the comments below. And of course, click that like button as well if you found these tips helpful.